for us to have guts and courage and demand the change that we need.
It's the most underrated movie. When it came, just people pulled Ashutosh, all of us down.
आप चल्लम सर से पूछिए, शायद चल्लम सर को पता होगा, because चल्लम सर knows everything.
The question which you are asking now.
तो आदमी डर जाता है कि यार ये क्या हो रहा है, मतलब मुझे कास्ट क्यों किया?
Amir Khan, what else could he do?
If I did a wrong choice of the casting of the waiter who could give that counter expression to that line, that scene would have been flat. Is a technical point I was telling Khalid Mohammed.
Neither Hera Pheri, no Welcome, no Avara Pagal Deewana. None of them is a comedy.
The US Navy played Swadesh song recently as well. I think it was a huge hype for a lot of Indians all across the world. What was your first thought when you saw that video?
I felt like that is the most underrated movie. When it came, just people pulled Ashutosh, all of us down. But very rarely a movie makes an impact on life. Swadesh and Ashutosh's script and Shah Rukh playing the part more than Shah Rukh Khan himself. That was genius. And at that time, it felt like very underwhelming movie, but the impact which it's created, the song, Ejo Des, whether it's in Hindi or even in Tamil. So it's actually one of the highlights in our concerts. And not just because it's a song, it's very rarely a song and a movie's essence go to the inner core of the soul. And this is one such movie. And a lot of people have come back and blamed us. Because of you guys, I came from the US, I came from Australia, I came from Europe, back to India to make India what it is. So that's a great, that's one of the probably achievement which I would say will quote definitely in my later years.
No, definitely. So I think a landmark music score. There's no doubt about that.
To me, it's most important because जब मैं आई थी यहाँ पे तो फिर I wanted to do mainstream work. I had enjoyed being a mainstream actress in India. I know what I bring to the table when I join a film. I know my job. And I didn't want to just be a stereotype or a sidekick in big movies. I wanted my face on a poster. And that was such a struggle when I first started looking for work in America. And this is what, 6-7 years ago I'm talking about. It was like people didn't understand that concept in a really big way. Those movies always ended up becoming like, niche movies or independent movies. They were never like, ye cha mainstream film hai. So when like I was telling Kabir sir, even when I joined movies or started working in America, I had to shed unfortunately, my Indianness so that the globe sort of understood that, okay, there's this person who's an artist. It wasn't too alien. But once I got their attention, then I pivoted back to educating people. And that is a very big quest of mine, is to educate the world about the industry that we come from, the fact that Indians have the ability to stand shoulder to shoulder to anyone of any ethnicity within any industry. And, for us to have guts and courage and demand the change that we need, instead of being invisible, like we are usually taught, ki acha, problems mat karna, kuch bolna nahi. I'm not that person, and I encourage people to come out there and let's show the world, what we're capable of.
If you were to star in a Bollywood romantic film, which actor you'd want a romance on screen apart from Manoj Bajpayee?
Ranbir Kapoor.
We have seen Ghulam has given us Khandala, and now Family Man has made Lonavala very famous.
Yeah.
So it is something that the whole world wants to know, that Lonavala mein kya hua tha.
See, I can give you two answers.
Right.
One is whatever happens in Lonavala stays in Lonavala. Right? The second one would be आप चल्लम सर से पूछिए, शायद चल्लम सर को पता होगा, because चल्लम sir knows everything. So whichever you want to pick, you can pick.
What according to Chellam sir must have happened in Lonavala?
That will be revealed in Family Man 3.
What one question you think even Chellam sir won't be able to answer?
The question which you are asking now.
This is Haricharan Pudi Pedi. There's so much to like in Sandeep Pinky Farar, a chase movie with a lot of heart and ample drama. From corruption to misogyny and patriarchy, it explores various themes without making anything too deliberate. Parineeti and Arjun Kapoor are good, convincing in their roles.
That is all the beauty of Dibakar sir and Varun Grover's writing. They have, I mean, the irony is that two men have written about gender inequality and patriarchy in this film, and that is a very successful step. I always say this: gender inequality will go away the day the men stand up for us and the men make the change more than the women, you know. And if men like this can make a film on a woman's character like mine, Sandeep or Pinky Farrar is Sandeep's narrative, and then Pinky is in the story as well as the biggest support system. But a girl's narrative written by two men is the biggest success. That is what we need. We need the
No,
husbands and the
absolutely.
girls and the boyfriends to make the change more than the women. I'm so happy when I watch the film. There are so many moments where you feel so frustrated at why the man is behaving like this. When Raghuveer sir just tells, "Arey tum achar do na." Whereas I'm the reason this whole scam has happened, this whole film has happened. I'm actually the most powerful, rich, and successful person in the film. Yet people like the bank manager, people like Raghu sir can tell me, तुम रोटी बनाने के लिए अच्छी हो, बस अचार सर्व करने के लिए. That is what we need to end in this society. So I hope by this film they can understand how fucked up the society is and how it needs to.
Amir Khan.
Amir Khan, what else could he do? I think Amir Khan could be a great teacher, a great teacher in marketing. He's a whiz. I had heard one of his sessions he had with the IIM on how to market something. I mean, some professors बैठ के सुन रहे थे वहाँ पे. He's a great teacher when it comes to marketing. He's a whiz marketing at marketing.
One Bollywood superstar and one Telugu superstar you'd like to see in an action film.
I think most of the superstars have done action films, right? Like there is no superstar who hasn't done an action film.
Like together. Bollywood superstar and Telugu superstar together.
Okay, I think then Salman Bhai and Chiranjeevi sir together. I think that would be crazy.
How would you describe these people in one word? Allu Arjun.
Stylish.
Did you actually say that the actor who played Pakia was better than Amir?
I didn't see, I'll tell you, I'm trying to clear it for the 1,000th time, I think. See, Khalid Mohammed was interviewing me and I made a technical point. So people don't understand how a performance works. And I mentioned in the context that if an Amir says that line, to idhar gumana, this is answer, to idhar gumana. Now, the expression on the Pakia, not Pakia, that waiter is what makes people laugh. It's not the line. The line is written, Amir just said it flatly. But because so much of laughter came, we think it's Amir's performance. If I did a wrong choice of the casting of the waiter who couldn't give that counter expression to that line, that scene would have been flat, is a technical point I was telling Khalid Mohammed. And Khalid Mohammed had some issues with Amir because Amir was refusing to attend the filmfare functions and some things like that. And he wrote this headline, the waiter was better than Amir, quoting me. And at that time, because there was no cell phones, I was in the south somewhere shooting a Telugu film. I was out of reach. And then Amir tried to contact me. I was not available. So Amir thought I was, not getting in touch deliberately, which made him feel that I actually said it. So he said something else in the press. And then by the time I got to know, I met him. He wanted me to say that Khalid Mohammed lied. I said, he didn't lie. It is my fault to expect Khalid Mohammed to understand a technical detail of how a performance works on scene. I said it. Yeah. And either it is he deliberately did it or he didn't understand it, put it. I don't want to get into that. And I said, Amir, the whole world has seen Rangila. They loved it. And that guy is in one scene, half a scene, that waiter. Me saying the waiter is better than you, in what way do you think is going to make any difference? In fact, it will come on me.
What makes Srijit Mukherjee different and special from all the directors you've worked with so far?
He's actually not a control freak. A lot of directors I've worked with they almost show you the shape your body has to make. In that scene कि ऐसे करना. तो आदमी डर जाता है कि यार ये क्या हो रहा है, मतलब मुझे कास्ट क्यों किया. So, and I think he makes you become a team, and I'm a team player. Like if there's no team, then I get thrown off. मुझे बहुत डर लगने लगता है.
What a pleasure it was to work with him. Bhai, I must tell you, I have never met a man who's so clear about what he wants. And बहुत contagious energy होती है जब आप किसी ऐसे शख्स के साथ काम करते हैं जिसे पता होता है कि उसे क्या चाहिए. So I'm looking forward to that. And languages, I have recently started singing in Telugu, Tamil, and all of the languages down south. बहुत challenging, बहुत kick मिलती है क्योंकि वो भाषाएं आती नहीं है मुझे. थोड़ी बहुत पंजाबी तो मैं बोल लेता हूँ तो वो तो मुझे समझ आती है, लेकिन ये साउथ में जाके it's a different world altogether. So I'm enjoying it as much as anybody can. तो ये होने वाला है, definitely होने वाला है. मेरी एल्बम आने वाली है, which is very close to my heart. That is going to come. बहुत सारे गाने, उसमें 6 गाने.
श्रीकांत तिवारी की एक ऐसी गाली जो आपने आज तक कभी रियल लाइफ में यूज ही नहीं करी.
वही जो 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 जीता ये वही कंदर, उसके बाद जो गाली आती है ना वो मैंने जिंदगी में कभी यूज नहीं की थी. और वो गाली मुझे सच में इतनी गंदी लगती रही है कि पता नहीं कैसे मुंह से, मेरे ख्याल से वो ऑर्गेनिकली, बिकॉज श्रीकांत तिवारी के कैरेक्टर में आप होते हैं पूरे समय, ऑर्गेनिकली निकली. एंड देन आई सडनली held my head, I said कि shit यार, अब ये लोग जो है ना ये कहेंगे कि यही रखो, इसके अलावा कुछ नहीं रखना. Exactly that has happened. I spoke to Raj and DK and they said no, it's looking good. Even Supern, he started jumping. No, don't change this abuse. This is fantastic. This goes with Shrikant's mood. I have never used as abuse at all ever in my life, and I will not repeat it. Because social media is a very evil platform. It can come back to bite me all over again.
How do you feel being creator of 3 such successful franchises?
Well, I can attribute this, if you may term it as a success or an appreciation by the audiences, I can attribute this to a team. Actually, it's a team effort, and this team is even though he's not there in person in front of us, Mr. Neeraj Vora. And of course, Neeraj ji, Akshay ji, Paresh ji, these are the people who have believed in us and always shared a common vision, how to take it forward. And the hallmark of all these 3 franchises, if I may please submit here, is that neither Hera Pheri, nor Welcome, nor Avara Pagal Deewana, none of them is a comedy. All the characters in all the 3 movies are serious guys. They're into a situation, they're in a problem. But their problem is such that the audience enjoys and laughs. The characters are not doing comedy. The stories are serious. In Hera Pheri, Babu Rao, Raju, Sham, they are in a predicament. They have a problem. Welcome, Uday Bhai, Majnu Bhai, they have a situation on their hands. Behan ki shaadi nahi ho rahi. Because of their background. These guys are from, they are bhais, the underworlds. Avara Pagal Deewana, the entire movie is about underworld. But the characters that were created by Neeraj ji, of Guru Gulab Khatri, that was Akshay ji, Chota Chhatri, Johnny Liver ji, Sunil Shetty ji's Yeda Anna, and Paresh ji's Manilal. So these characters of all the 3 franchises are simple, cute, innocent, vulnerable, and lovable.